So I thought I'd do a quick video, and I'm going to make this one quick for sure. This one is on how to make electrolytes. I decided that lemons and mixing it all together was taking too long. Some lemons were going bad in the meantime as well and having to get thrown out. Not many, but enough to upset me. So I thought I'd make a powder version. And this is it. I made there's 50 servings in there. So there's enough to get going with, and I wanted to test it to see that it tasted okay and worked out okay, and it does. So I'll show the ingredients that I used just now. So this is what the powder looks like, and 3 of these scoops is 1 serving. I don't take it every day, but almost every day. It says 25 servings on there, maybe this is 25, but I'll share the spreadsheet that I have that gives all of the quantities. So what's in it? I have bicarbonate of sodium, one of the sodium sources. There is Himalayan pink salt, so that's sea salt, which is one of the other sodium sources. Dextrose, this is instead of the honey and lemon. This is just a pure white powder, and that helps with the function of the metabolism of the absorbency, isn't it, of the sodium and the potassium. The potassium I still have, where is it, in tablet form, just so that I can manage the intake of that separately, and also because it's in tablet form, I can't add it to the powder. Then citric acid. This is instead of the lemon juice. It's a lot more convenient. And then I've got the excuse the mince in the background there. I was just cooking some mince. I've got the creatine powder as well, which I've put in just because I want to be taking it every day. I do take another, considered sometimes an electrolyte, which is this zinc and magnesium, and I take those separately at night time to help me sleep as and when I need them. So that's it. I'll share the spreadsheet now with the quantities. Okay, so this is the spreadsheet with the measurements that I have created to make the electrolyte powder, and this is the quantities that Asda, which is one of the supermarkets in the UK, use for their rehydration sachets. So this little powder comes in a little sachet, and you mix 1 or 2 of them with a glass of water, a big glass of water, and it gives you pretty much the same ingredients that the World Health Organization recommend for dehydration. For people, it's normally given to people after they've had diarrhea or some kind of illness like that. So you can see the dextrose is just a sweetener to make it taste a little bit better, but it has aspartame or aspartame, however you pronounce it as well, which isn't recommended for your health. Citric acid, which it seems that's needed to make the potassium and the sodium more absorbable in the body when they work together. So you've got sodium chloride, one form of sodium citrate dehydrate, which is another form of sodium. It does have sodium on its own as well, so to be honest, I'm not sure whether that's an extra quantity. I guess it is. And then potassium and potassium chloride, and then just potassium as well on its own. So 1 sachet in total amounts to about 5 grams. Then I've got this product that I've never used, but I found, and I thought, well, I'll use this as a good example of another form of electrolytes, because this is specifically an electrolyte drink for people made by a company called Nuum. Is that pronounced? I don't know. Nuum. So once again, they have some dextrose in it. I think these are grams actually. I think I've got that wrong there for some reason. They've got some calcium thrown in there, but I get calcium from other supplements I take. Magnesium, I take that from other supplements in much higher quantities. Potassium, sodium bicarbonate they have this time, sodium carbonate and potassium bicarbonate. And in total it's only 1.5 grams. Personally, I think that's almost so little it's not worth taking. And then you have my homemade version, which is sea salt. Now, it's 1 gram of sea salt will give you approximately 400 milligrams of sodium. Then bicarbonate of soda, 1 gram of bicarbonate of soda gives you approximately 260 milligrams of sodium. Then we've got dextrose, I've got in there, the same amount as the Asda variety. Citric acid, believe that's the same amount as similar to the Asda variety. And then I have potassium, and I add creatine as well. That's just because I take creatine. It's a white powder, and this helps me remember to take it regularly. Some days I just take creatine on its own, but I have this mixed in with my electrolyte powder just because I want to take creatine every day. It's very effective, not just for exercise. Plenty of really good research on that. One of the only exercise or fitness supplements that's got proven research, independent research, that it's effective and helps. But it's also good for cognition. So people who are getting older, like myself, it's good for your cognitive, to improve your cognition and reduce cognitive decline. So in total, you can see here, this is my homemade version, has pretty much the same as the Asda version. And in quantity and weight is the same. Now, I didn't include the creatine in there as the weight, but you can see it's pretty much the same, and you can see it in comparison to the NUM or whatever it's called. So that's how I make it. They're my quantities. I recommend you research this thoroughly yourself and also test it very carefully by increasing the dosages gradually over weeks so that you can test how your body is adapting to it. I can't stress that enough. Sodium and potassium in the wrong quantities are very, very dangerous. They have got a very potent effect on your health and your body and your heart and your central nervous system. Getting them right is very important. So I recommend you research it thoroughly and test it very, very carefully yourself over a prolonged period of time, and taking careful note of how it affects you. Okay? But I hope that helps. And take care, and I'll see you on the next video.